Throughout history, nations have wielded tariffs as both shields and swords, protecting domestic industries and asserting economic dominance. From the early days of the American Republic to the tumultuous trade wars of the 21st century, tariffs have been at the heart of global economic strategy. Welcome to the Griot Chronicles, where we delve into the stories that shape our world. Today, we unravel the intricate tapestry of tariffs, tracing their evolution and examining how President Donald Trump's recent strategies have sent shockwaves through the global economy. In the formative years of the United States, tariffs were not merely economic instruments, they were the lifeblood of the federal government. This reliance on tariffs was due to the absence of other significant revenue streams, such as income taxes, which were not instituted until the ratification of the 16th Amendment in 1913. Tariffs funded essential government functions, infrastructure development, and the nascent nation's defense mechanisms. Moreover, tariffs served a dual purpose by protecting emerging American industries from established European competitors. This protectionist approach fostered domestic manufacturing growth, contributing to the country's economic expansion during the 19th century. Throughout the 19th century, the United States maintained a protectionist stance, utilizing high tariffs to shield its industries from foreign competition. This policy was rooted in the belief that nurturing domestic industries would lead to economic self-sufficiency and national prosperity. Tariffs were adjusted periodically to respond to economic needs and political pressures, reflecting the dynamic interplay between economic policy and national interests. However, this protectionist approach was not without controversy. Debates raged between industrialized northern states, which favored high tariffs to protect their manufacturing sectors, and the agrarian south, which advocated for lower tariffs to reduce the cost of imported goods. These regional tensions over tariff policies contributed to the broader sectional conflicts that eventually culminated in the Civil War. The enactment of the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act in 1930 marked a significant turning point in U.S. trade policy. Aimed at protecting American farmers and manufacturers during the onset of the Great Depression, the Act raised tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods to unprecedented levels. Contrary to its intended purpose, the Smoot-Hawley Tariff exacerbated the economic downturn. International trading partners retaliated with their own tariffs, leading to a sharp decline in global trade. The Act is widely regarded by economists and historians as a policy misstep that deepened and prolonged the Great Depression. In the aftermath of the Great Depression and World War II, the United States shifted towards more liberal trade policies. Recognizing the detrimental effects of protectionism, the US played a pivotal role in establishing international institutions like the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, or GATT, and later the World Trade Organization, known as the WTO. These initiatives aimed to promote free trade, reduce tariffs, and prevent the kind of economic isolationism that had contributed to global economic crises in the past. This transition marked a significant departure from the protectionist policies of the 19th and early 20th centuries, reflecting an evolving understanding of the interconnectedness of global economies and the benefits of trade liberalization. Fast forward to the 21st century, and tariffs have re-emerged as central instruments of economic policy. In 2025, former President Donald Trump unveiled a bold tariff strategy, invoking the International Emergency Economic Powers Act to impose a 10% baseline tariff on all imports, with higher rates for countries with significant trade surpluses, with the US dubbed Liberation Day. This move was framed as a declaration of economic independence, aiming to rectify decades of perceived unfair trade practices. The administration introduced reciprocal tariffs, targeting nations like China with rates as high as 145%, prompting swift retaliatory measures. The global response was immediate and intense. Markets plunged, with the S&P 500 experiencing its largest two-day drop since March 2020. Economists warned of inflationary pressures and potential recessions as the cost of imports surged and supply chains faced disruptions. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink described the tariffs as beyond anything I could have imagined, cautioning that the US economy might already be in a recession. Meanwhile, geopolitical tensions escalated, with fears that the US-China trade war could spill over into broader conflicts, particularly concerning Taiwan. History offers valuable lessons. The protectionist policies of the past, while sometimes beneficial in the short term, often led to unintended consequences. The Smoot-Hawley Tariff, for example, not only deepened the Great Depression but also strained international relations. Trump's tariff strategy, while aiming to bolster domestic industries, has drawn comparisons to these historical missteps. Critics argue that such aggressive protectionism risks isolating the United States economically and diplomatically, potentially undermining its global leadership. Tariffs have always been double-edged swords, capable of protecting domestic interests, but also of inciting economic and political turmoil. Trump's recent strategies have reignited debates about the role of tariffs in modern trade policy. As we navigate this complex landscape, it's crucial to reflect on history's lessons and consider the broader implications of protectionist policies. The balance between safeguarding national interests and fostering global cooperation remains delicate and ever-evolving. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history and impact of tariffs. If you found this exploration insightful, please subscribe to the Griot Chronicles and support our work through the link in the description. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning.